All right. So
Okay.
first, before we get into question answers, I wanted to explain what the intention of this whole thing was to start with, and the reason why it even began. Uh, I think the reason why it's difficult for people to like live a prosperous life is because they don't understand particularly what their shadow suffering is directly. So they go and like try to have different experiences, psychedelics and da 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 to try to figure it out. Where
Yeah.
GPs like takes you like head on. So instead of like playing wobble gobble and like, oh, I'm gonna go do all these different things to slowly open up my heart, like some
Right.
people that go in like slow motion and do like 10 years of meditation, what one psychedelic experience can do. It takes you
Right.
like into this is what it is.
Right.
And here's how you can overcome, here's how you can resolve it by going into the gift, the creativity, and here's how you work. Like for you, I think it's partnership. Like here's how you broadcast your gift. And then like later on it explains the lines, like, and this is what you do, breath or movement. So it just like gives you specifically where it's like
Mm-hmm.
in this life you can try to figure it out on your own, or you can use the information and experiment. And the other thing
Right.
is sometimes there's going to be some controversy, and this is what I read. And then the Gene Keys people said that they just use the way that they use their apps may have been very different versions of them. So this is why
Right.
like there may be some contradictions. And sometimes
For sure.
sometimes they even say like if you resonate with a different line, like that's okay, like go toward the resonance. Because ultimately all roads lead to Rome, right? So if, for example, you're like, oh, I don't resonate with the word shame, I resonate with the word grief. Okay, all roads are still gonna lead you to the same direction.
I
So
hear that. And I think that with this, it's like, it's just a tool, right? Like it's our these are ancient sciences as well as utilizing what we have interconnected with the universe, the stars, things like that, that are bringing this all together into a digestible tool, right? And like the fact that he was given this information over a 3-day span and then put together something so complex is really beautiful. And I do believe that these, like I said in that one question, I do believe these tools and these modalities to be very real. 100%. You know, they stem from mathematics, spiritual roots, um, and science roots, you know, so like these things can be measured and proven and contemplated. So they work through you, through your spirit, and through your mind, through your energy, things like that, that essentially can help you, you know, like you guys are saying, like this quantum leap to um, you know, kind of cut through layers or levels instead of wasting a lot of time.
right.
And so
Do you know what does quantum leap mean for you? Like, do you have like an idea of not like what you think, but what does it mean for you? Do you kind of have like some kind of a hypothesis?
to be honest, I don't, because I am not even clear on what quantum physics fully is. So it was my brother gave me a quantum physics book like years ago, and it was over my head when I started reading it. So I kind of just left it at that. And I always just thought it was something so much further out of my reach. Like it's involves like calculus and, you know, really in-depth mathematical uh, things. So I kind of left it at that. The word quantum mechanics, quantum leaping, all that is alluring, I will say, because it's something that feels like information that can be accessed that could help us advance, right? But that's about it for me. Like, I don't know the Kabbalah. I don't know much about like the tree of life. I don't know much about like biochemistry. We had chemistry in school, but even that was over my head at the time. So it's even the fact that human design is based on these things, and I don't know all of those things, and now it's like a digestible, information right there. It's like, wow, like how could I not trust in this or believe in this? It's all of this is so much further beyond
You
me.
want to know my dummy definition of quantum? Okay, so this is my dummy definition. It's definitely not a scientific definition or whatever. Quantum is like taking a step into, I would say, something magical. Like, let's say a new idea of, let's say suddenly you're like, okay, I'm Brittney and I'm gonna be um and I'm gonna be the scriptures on heals, spirituality meets sexuality, world-renowned leader, right? And I'm gonna have this. Quantum is to say I'm gonna be that, and then like have like all your sisters, your whole circle, like hold your hand as you are that. And that we are all like holding our hands together to help you believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it until you become it. Like quantum is
Mm,
like taking this, like this is again what I've come to know after all the studies that I've done, is like taking this like crazy idea and like almost like imprinting it on you and like having all your sisters hold your hand until you believe it to the core that it's like, yeah, that's me, whatever you decide that it is, like the
mhm,
new
mhm.
identity that like, and it's not, it's like just words that you decide and then you just like, this is it, okay. It's almost like a small step that becomes
Mhm.
a big step. And that's
I
like,
hear.
so
Okay. Okay. That
it's
makes
like
sense.
taking this big thing and like almost like making it a small thing. Like,
Ah,
okay, like
okay.
this is gonna be my new identity, this is gonna be my new quantum, and I'm gonna take this leap to believe it. And now I'm like, all my sisters, now I need you all to do whatever you need with me, with my body, to make me believe it.
Hmm.
Like, make me
Okay.
believe in me. Like, I want to believe this thing to be my truth. So,
Hmm.
like, Dasha, like, what can you do to help me believe in this? Like, Brittney, what can you do to help me believe in this? Like, Vasana,
Hmm.
what can you do to help me believe in this? This is what I want to believe. I feel like this is my truth. This is what I know. Make me believe it.
Hmm. Mhm. Mhm.
Like,
Got
make
it.
me be quantum about it. Like, expensive. Like, this is it. Like, where we're like try to find like the scientific explanation of things, but if we kind of dumb it down to like, okay, how can I make this like so simple? Oh, it's just believing whatever I feel like believing and having all my support system hold my hand until I freaking believe it. Okay.
Hmm. It's an interesting perspective for sure. And and have you, I mean, you've had to have seen this happen. You've worked with tons of people, so you've watched this like firsthand. People.
Yeah, people come to me and they're like, I've never made more than $1,500 a month. And I'm like, you're gonna make 10K a client.
Hmm.
Never has this person made that before. No, neither did they ever watch anybody because they don't have that circle of friends. I
Right.
believe because I've done it. Now they don't even believe it yet, but they say yes. They gave me the money, and it's quantum. It happens out of thin air.
It's wild.
It's like a different, because it's everything is frequencies, right? Like all realities exist. Like, and it's about like, how
Right.
can I tune into the reality I feel like I want to live in now and have my support system? This is why we have this mastermind. This is why we have all these tools. They're like, how can I turn into a reality that has never existed for me before and then believe it? But I got like what, 50 trillion cells in my body that are gonna talk me out of it. They're gonna tell me no, that are gonna, the people on the outside are gonna reflect my bullshit ideas of it not being possible. But it's like the longer I stay on course, the more I'm going to start attracting things that I previously thought was impossible. Like if I want to make a movie, like I'm going to attract a producer. Like these things are going to come. I know it. if I keep
Right.
persisting on course,
Absolutely.
you know?
Yeah, definitely. And I think right now what I'm sifting through is, my truest truth so that I do have what it is that I'm working towards. It's like these things that keep coming up are great. And, creating the vision board, it's been awesome to it's not like as mature or as like clear. And, I have a hard time with doing things on the computer. It's just really daunting for me. I'm still like you said, you like to write things down in the journal, like the traditional way and stuff until you got used to.
No,
Exactly.
I still do this. Oh wait, let me get rid of this background.
I was
It's
like, where'd you go? I was
it's
like,
not
oh, I'm
work.
on the beach all of a sudden.
I don't have a green screen here. I'm at Anthony's house. So let me just get rid of it so you can see the messy kitchen I have in my background for real. Hold on. I guess it's
I don't look at this room.
there you go. Mine's worse. I'm kidding. So
That's real.
I never got over the journal. This morning, guess what I was doing? My $1,000,000 goddess activation over and over and over again. I was writing it over and over and over. Because even I, 8 years down the road, I still have to do my daily rituals.
For sure. For sure. It's an ongoing,
So
beautiful
I can
ongoing
believe it. So I can
practice.
believe it because every day there are people that come to me, and guess what? Sometimes because I'm not tuned in, turned on, I am not helping them see that we've got the answers because I'm
Right.
not tuned in, turned on. Like if I don't do my work in the daily, because I can go like when I'm taking out the trash, help somebody. But if I'm not tuned in, turned on, then I just dismiss that opportunity
Right. Absolutely.
because I'm in my own
Yeah.
head, like going toward my own like. So I have to do that too. Like that's why I'm like I still have a journal. Like I keep writing down. No, I do. I have physical. I have metaphysical. Like I have reminders coming from the phone. It's like remember, smile, be happy. Like elevate, elevate, elevate.
Totally. It is. It's like it really does make a difference of, that this and like to bring it simply, when you come back to stillness and just the present moment, being extremely present with what is, just that life is here to be enjoyed.
Mhm.
Like we are here to enjoy life. Truly, it's such a gift. And there's a lot of darkness and a lot of things taking place on this planet. And there's a huge spiritual warfare going on that is undeniable. We see it firsthand. So, um, yeah, being present in each moment, the more present we can be, the more that we're able to be in this moment for when you are walking and taking your trash out. I'm the cat. I thought that was like a little lizard at first, like hopping on your chair.
Lizard.
Hi, Lulu. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the more presence, the more present we can be, the more we see in that moment
Do you
the
remember the
opportunity.
exercise I taught you? Like when you feel fully present, how to record it into the body?
Mm,
So when you're fully present, okay, you got the heart. When you feel like this still moment, you're like, holy shit, this is it. Record, record, record. Because you gotta record into your memory bank, into your subconscious. So meaning doing something physical to record what the present moment feels like. Oh, record, record, record. Like when you're like in a conversation, you're like, oh, it's like the whole thing just opened up and you're like, ah, like this still present moment, you know it because you feel it. Like you got to record it in the body so you can go back
okay.
to that moment, record, record, record.
Do you feel like, yeah, that's a good way of like being mindful about when it's taking place. Yeah, definitely. Because it's like as humans, I feel like we tend to forget the things that we've gone through, the things that we've learned, the things that we've done. I know that that's been a thing that's plagued me. It's like I've gone through all these different things, these experiences, magical experiences, like pretty tragic, horrible experiences. And then I'm like here in the present and I meet somebody new or something. And it's like I've forgotten all of what I know and all of what I've done. But like, I don't know, I guess I just believe and trust that it's within me. So when I do need to pull it out, it's there. But I guess that's a really good way to like mindfully be like, okay, this is something new, putting this in the memory bank to so that I know I did this.
And the thing is, like, it's always just a now present moment. Like, we always like, oh, I come so far, but the truth is you are now.
Right.
So this is why the only reason why we do all this work is to be more and more in now. Like, how can I be more and more in now in this conversation to get out of my own way and tell you exactly what you need to hear? How can I let the spirit speak? Because we have chosen to walk this path together for the highest good. That's it.
Absolutely.
And you remember, every single cell wants to go and like go against the light, because we got so much reprogramming to do, because all this fear that's inside of us is so collective, and it wants to go back to the old and familiar ways, because this is unfamiliar, this is new. Oh, whoa, what is this energy through my body right now?
Yeah, and I think for me too, with my beliefs, my deep rooted beliefs and my like innate knowing to be true of like being filled with the Holy Spirit. It's like I want what is holy. And so my eyes have been opened to like I just keep praying for discernment. And so for me, I've gone through many different tools and many different avenues, and I just so curious, and I've lived a very magical life of synchronicities and awakening and things. But I will say that all of it has been my experience is demons and Jesus. Like
Uh,
that's it.
do
I've
you do
gone through
you
many
do you
different.
accept that you are holy? Because there's no want. Like, once you've accepted the love is yours for a lifetime.
Right.
That's it. You're good. Like, this is your space. Like, you, everything that you say is for the highest good.
Absolutely. And, you know, I believe too that like diving deeper, I've been doing a lot of studying of the Bible. I've just been called to do so. And just like this is, I mean, uh the devil prowls around like a lion, like waiting to devour. So like waiting for you to slip up, waiting for you to make those choices. Like in my opinion, like demons are very, very aware of our patterns, what we do, our slip ups, our weaknesses, whether that be, you know, previous addictions, overeating, pornography, whatever, sexual immortality, all of those things. And like they have ways to like pull us back, you know?
Did you
And
know that the Bible is the best business awakening book in the world?
hmm,
As Jesus goes, go knock on the doors until they open. If they don't open, go knock on the next door. What is business? What is opportunity but knocking on doors and saying, hey, you want to come with me? Hey, you want to work with me? Hey, you want to do something bigger? He said, go knock. Keep knocking. Ask them for what they have. Join forces.
yeah,
If they don't open the door, knock on the next one. Don't stop knocking on the doors. What's different in business, in awakening, but knocking on doors constantly?
that's where absolutely. And that's where I'm having like a like trouble bridging the gap right now. It's like because when you're speaking about like quantum leaping and you know you can have that $10,000 you know a month clients and things like that, like in my spirit, in my body. And you know then we may tie it to, oh, it's because your money codes, your previous beliefs, that needs to be released, it needs to be worked through. Okay, I can also see that. And it's like I just want to make sure that it's like that's not what's important to me. As much as I want that, as much as I
You
want,
gotta go ask yourself why you want it. So you gotta take it a step further, because right now you're at this step. Why do you want it? Do you want to give back? Do you want to be taken care of? Do you want to not think about money? Do you want to keep doing good things? You're focusing on this as opposed to the next step. Like, how can I not think about that so that I can do the next step? Do I want to be a more giving person? I have a charity. Do I want to be part of a charity? Will this allow me the door to feed more people? Let me tell you a story. There was a guy, he's older, and he said that the army came to them and they said, we are missing supplies. Do you know anybody that has any money that could buy supplies? The troops are going out right now and they don't have flashlights. And he said, I'm going to take care of this whole bill. For flashlights, for army people going out to war. They didn't even have enough money for supplies for these little kids going out to war. And then guess what? That a guy who was like related to his stepdaughter or something was saved from a bombing because another guy was able to see him because of a flashlight, because he was able to see him and get him out of the wreckage. So you tell me you don't want to make money. You tell me you don't want to go out and when somebody needs help, say, I'm going to cover that whole bill for them. That's what money's for. Money's not in itself to sit in the bank account. Money is for us to be able to say yes to helping more people do more good in the world. It's about the next step. When somebody comes to me and they need it, how can I be one, have the resources, or be resourceful? Because when I elevate my own state, now all of a sudden my relationships are with people that also have resources, that are also not afraid of money, that are also not afraid to go ask. Somebody needs $100,000 surgery. I want to have the friends around me that I can collect all that money from that can save this person's life. If I don't elevate my mental state, I will not have the resources, the people around me, they will be able to go collect these things and not be ashamed to ask for it.
Yeah.
It's like, so like, why are we stopping at this point instead of thinking, what can I do right now for the greater good? Like, am I always giving when I see homeless people on the street, what I have, here's a 20, here's 100, or not? What's stopping me from doing that? To allow for that flow to come through. It's not about the number. It's about how can I elevate more and more and more so that when people come to me and they need help, I can help, or I have the resources, or I have the people that have the resources.
Right. That's definitely a perspective shift and helpful to think about.
How can I be of greater service? Like right now, if I'm not giving $10 to somebody in need because I can, what makes me think that I'm gonna give 100? Like people come to me and they're like, I want to help my family. And I'm like, do you give $10 from 100 that you make right now? They say no. And I was like, oh yeah. So then you think that once you have 10,000, then you will give 1,000?
Right.
Doesn't work like that. It starts now. $1, $2, $3. Give without expectation. 5, 10, a little bit until you can give more.
When it comes to like homeless people, I guess I haven't really had the opportunity. And that's, because I haven't sought it out, right?
I do that.
Good point.
Like I have a foundation. It's a 501c3. I go and I feed people. I collect money. Like there's a lady that needed that had like mercury poisoning and needed a surgery. I created a fund collecting money. And the more I can have people just like myself as I elevate with more and more money, the more it can go toward these good causes.
Right.
Like why would somebody want to hang out with somebody at this level of money mentality? If they're quantum leaping over here, if they're believing in themselves and they're bigger. So the thing about the high ticket offers is how can I come up with something that's such a big value to somebody? So for example, going from addiction to sobriety, is that a big value for somebody? That's an offer. It's just taking somebody by the hand and saying, I'm going to help you change for the rest of your life. Let me give you the tools. Oh, I've got Dasha. She can do your gene keys. She can do your human design. So you can understand your shadow. Let's go. Oh, I've got myself. I can help you embody it in the body so you can really let that shit go. And I'm going to hold you through it. Like, how can we do this in such a way that we create such a big breakthrough for one person at a time? Because imagine somebody who had an addiction for 40 years. What's a high ticket offer but helping them, holding their hand and saying, I got you for the rest of our lives. You don't want to go to the old ways? I'm here. This is the value I'm going to bring to you. It's going to go beyond our collaboration for the next 6 months. Let's say it's 6 or a year, where I'm going to hold you through this process. It's going to be a lifetime. That's all a high ticket is. It's finding a way of, what do I want to help somebody with, to cross over and hold their hand, so that way they're crying with me and they're like, I couldn't have done it without you. Wow. Because the ripple effect that it's going to create in their life is going to be so big. Like, why I help people start their businesses, because it's a calling, it's a passion, it's something that keeps them up at night. Why do I have such big successes? Because it's kept them up at night for so long. And then I grabbed their hand and I said, let's go. I'm not letting go of this hand. This is why I'm the first person that believes in them as they're going like this. And this is why they experience success, because I don't let go of the hand. And I give them the different tools. Some people use a book, one of my books. Some use the human design. Some, a song inspired them. Some actually needed my one-on-one. What do you need in order for you to feel supported, that I'm holding your hand to cross through so we can be of greater service together?
Right.
You know, it's not like one thing. It's not like the nitty-gritty. Like, it's more like, is this, like, is the gene keys resonating, that it can help me open up to this unconditional love, to this creation? Is it the human design? Is it the book? Is it a song? Like, what is it that can inspire me enough to be like, okay, I want to really step into my power fully. How can I be of greater service? How can I overcome myself, so that way when people need me, when I can create those bigger things in life, I can say yes to these things. I can have the circle of friends.
Right.
Like, right now, you can reach out to me, like somebody needs big help, like whatever it is, we're gonna figure this out together. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I love that. And the world does need more of that. And I think essentially when I met you, that's why I just felt a pull, and I was seeking one-on-one, like deep, intimate one-on-one, because there's things that I'm just like I said, that I'm sifting through, and I need like continuous coaching. I was looking for a coach, somebody that I could drop in with like once a week and be like, this is what's coming up, da 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 da. And then we got into the group, which is amazing. And it's different. And it wasn't what I was like expecting. And it's helping me to see things like, okay, group collective work, like this is just as important. So I'm just, what this is doing for me thus far is opening me up to like more studying, just more tools, and it's guiding me towards, I think it's helping me quickly sift through the BS, because it's like, I went back and got a job at Twin Peaks thinking like, oh, that's what I need to do. And I was quickly able to see like, absolutely not. I went in there 2 days of training and I was like, oh, no, no, no. Like, this is not where I need to be. This is not utilizing my time and energy the most productively. And then I saw, the strip club that was like right around the corner from there. And I was like, oh, maybe I could go there. Maybe that will be more money. That'll be more use of my time, or more reward for my time. So I'm still getting hit upside the head with like temptations to go back to the same
Did
stuff.
you know that your high ticket offers were already all inside of your very first coaching session with me, with the human design? That's why I said re-listen to it. All your answers are already there. Right now, you could be communicating them. It's already there. So all of these are just more resources to understand, but all your high ticket is already there.
What is it?
We put it all together in your human design reading. When I channeled, this is why it lasted freaking like 3 hours.
It did. And it's I think what I'm supposed to be doing is like essentially like I think the first thing I could do is like put together a Bible study. That's what I'm being called to do, like studying the word with people who are like hungry for the word and hungry for that truth, you know, a personal.
So you're a 4/6. Do you know? So this is the reason why the jinkies, it shows you like this is the reason why we even did that in the first place. What you play in this whole role, this whole sphere of creation. The 4/6, you so the thing is 4/6 is all about other people. Because 1, 2, 3 is self. 4, 5, 6 is others. The only way you're going to realize your true self is through others. Is by providing to others. So now we already talked about these things in the human design, and how can we put together now the fact that you love the Bible? Great. But you also have a very big gift that right now you may be pushing away because of your strip days, but the very big gift is being in your body. Being in body is being embodied. And this is what people keep talking about again and again. How do you bring comfort to be in your body to just like, because most of us just sit and somebody touches, not me, because you know me, I'm a fucking sex freak, I'm whatever, I'm all things, just like you. But most people can't even be comfortable enough in their own skin to ask for what they need or to move around and feel sexy. Like right now, you're associating this to your old days. When in reality, what you've tuned into is the highest level of spirituality. Being embodied, being in the body means that you have released the outside discomfort, because the body is the most incredible thing, and people get so shy about it is because it's a path of awakening. When people touch each other, like sometimes it brings up so much discomfort and so much unhealed wounds that you have already overcome, or like they can't even move because it's uncomfortable. It brings up so much unhealed stuff from the outside. So right now, if you can learn how to reprogram the fact that right now your sensuality is the highest form of spirituality. So say thank you to the strip clubs to help you embody, and now your scriptures and sensuality are coming together in a new light, you know?
Yes. And I'm also wondering if like there's a period of time where like I think the portion of this course that's going to be the even I don't want to say the most powerful, but is the part where we write our story, where we write the book, because I think that's what I feel like needs to get out first, is sharing my testimony of like the depths and the darkness that I went through and what I experienced, like being attacked by demons while sleeping, being choked, like going to the mental hospital, hearing voices for 6 months, hearing Jesus talk to me, hearing demons talk to me, hearing like having an incredible, like wild psychosis, and it's in my gene keys. I discovered it. It's in one of the spheres. Is psychosis is my shadow. I went to the mental hospital in 2013 during my first awakening. I I was the devil's wife for Halloween in 2012. The
So
devil's
what
wife, because
was the other side of psychosis? Because there's another side to it, right? How do you spell
there
that?
is, and it's sanctity,
So what is sanctity?
holiness.
There you go.
And I was trying to do the research on that one because that one was what caught my eye. I was like, oh my gosh, you got, because it was once I had shifted the chart then that popped up and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, what? You know? And it's, what sphere is it? It's that's where things started getting a little like wild for me. It's the radiance, which I don't believe we talk about right away. We don't, that's not like one of the first things we're talking about to put towards our business. But
No,
the radiance,
and do you know why? Here, I'm on your sphere again. The radiance is the expression of genius as you're opening the heart. So that is the final, like the karmic legacy that you leave on this earth.
right.
So if you think about it, as you're going through and helping people, you come to a higher level of realization of holiness. You don't come to it yourself. You come to it through the people that you're serving. Like a lot of people that go and like help people, let's say through hypnosis, they come to the realizations of the truth through the people. So here we are thinking that we're supposed to sit. For me, I'm a 2, which means I come to this by myself. This is why I had to sit and do all these things for you guys, because I'm a 2. I don't need I don't need anybody else. Like whatever passion I'm tuned into, I will keep creating it and then I will come out and play. You're a 4-6, which means all for others.
That's definitely a big blockage. Yeah, I'm in my way with that.
Because
Just
right now, like, okay, so look, let's say you're like, Dasha, I'm gonna take you on a journey of scriptures and sexiness. Let me experiment something, maybe just dream of something, just a crazy idea. Take me on some kind of a journey that you didn't even think that was possible. I don't know, the most wild thing you could think of.
okay.
Just crazy. Like maybe even take your clothes off. Like, are you ashamed? What are you ashamed of? Like just whatever you feel like in your imagination that could be like a huge thing, like experiment, like use me as a fucking doll, right? Whatever. And like see through me how that is to play out your imagination with all the different aspects. Like even like let's say you're pissed off right now. So scream at me as if you're screaming to yourself.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
why are you so focused on yourself when you're supposed to be helping other people? Like, remember how through, like, this is how it happens. And I will get something out of it myself, and you will get what you need out of it yourself.
I think
Do you see what I'm saying?
that's powerful. Absolutely powerful. And I definitely want to utilize that. And I think that this is a beautiful opportunity and invitation to like just do the stumbling blocks, like try things out with you, you know, and be like, okay, here's what I want to do today. Like, are you available for, this is going to be an hour and a half. And I just want to like walk us through, here's the intention of it. And yeah, do you trust
Remember,
me?
the more hardcore it is you make for me, then you actually let me fucking learn something.
Right.
I need more hardcore. And you have that. You have something inside of you that is so much more powerful than I have because of your fucking experience. You can really hit me in the head. Once you hit me in the head, oh, guess what? It's an experience. Wow. I don't have
Yeah.
the experience that you do. The experience that you have and what you've overcome is huge. I don't
And
have
I think that's what I really um I would like to be heard, I think, in my testimony. Like I watch different testimonies of like I was sharing that in the group the other day, just different testimonies of people like being in the world, like of the world, worldly people that had like an abrupt awakening, and it was Jesus, like that. Oh, everybody, I love hearing people's testimonies of how Jesus had come and like entered their life and shook them out of the ways that they were, and the things that they were doing, and helped them see like really profound things. And that is a huge part of my story. And it's like just this constant battle, and I can feel the pulls of like I went to the mental hospital and heard all of those things, and then I still went back to the strip club for 5 years, 6 years, and went even harder after I had gotten saved and like awakened and blown apart and like realized the darkness that was taking place. And then I went back to it and did even worse things. I cheated on my boyfriend. Of somebody that I loved, that I wanted so badly. I wanted
You
him
have
so bad.
freedom? Do you have what's your line in SQ? Or
In
wait,
what?
let me see.
Oh, the SQ.
Yeah, yep. Pleasure, adventure, and understanding.
I think you may be looking at my old one.
Oh, am
Right?
I?
I
I'm
think
inside of you.
so.
This is it. Pleasure. Look at SQ 26.3. That's correct, right? Yes.
Oh yeah.
So three,
Adventure?
you've got pleasure, adventure, and understanding. So when you go, if you hit the word line, like if you do command find and you do line and the word SQ, then you'll go to the 6 lines of SQ. So then look at line 3. This is at the core of it all, 0 to 7. So let's go find line 3. Pleasure, adventure, and understanding. If you have come this far, you may be developing good intuitive feelings of the 6 lines. The 3rd line is by nature adventurous, changeable, quite toxic. Such people are buccaneers of inner planes. As a young child, we float on the tides of life with pleasure of life self-evident. As adults, we watch the young ones with wistful eyes, wishing perhaps that our lives could once again be that simple. To be able to draw pleasure from life is rare and precious gift, and it is a great legacy of the 3rd line. These people remind us why we are alive, their ability to keep going when others have long since given up. Hope is also bolstered to us all in difficult times. So it's like this need for pleasure. And what I want to do with you actually is, this is what I'm doing for myself right now too, is in 90 seconds to be able to tell your story that will inspire people to come and join you and ask more questions.
Yeah,
To tell
that's
your
gonna be
story
good.
with a call to action. Do you want people to come join you? Do you want people to come experiment the crazy transformation that right now you're experimenting to see what you would like? Like, what is it that you want? Like create that 90 seconds for me to inspire me to come and do this crazy, some kind of a crazy adventure with you.
Okay.
Because see, pleasure, you can keep going back to pleasure in a way that was old and familiar, or you can find a way to create a new way of pleasure for yourself. And I want to tell you, your voice is so powerful. Like the way that you speak, you have so much conviction and so much truth and so much influence. This is why you're a 4-6. Your voice carries a lot more power than mine does.
Where did it say in the gene keys that essentially are the tone of our voice or our
So our brand is a sword. It penetrates. When you remove the letter S, our brand is our word, the tonality and frequency in which we speak. So here, let me give you an example. Hi, I'm Brittney. This is my story. I accepted Jesus Christ into my life. I loved him, but guess what? I went back to my old ways until I figured out that this is just my old self. Yes, I love pleasure, and now I'm finding ways to embody the pleasure and help people on a much higher level, spiritual level, because I went up and down, and now I'm making it about you, and I'm ready to help you with my story. Come with me.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hmm.
my name is Dasha. I was ashamed to be the freaky sexual person that I am. I was ashamed because my mom made it sound like sex was a bad thing. I overcame myself when I realized that sex was a path to enlightenment. When I realized that when I was writing that writing was a path to enlightenment, when I was making music, that it was about me figuring out my passions. So now do you want to figure out your own passions? Do you want to figure out what will light you up so you can be of greater service too?
Absolutely. I absolutely feel that the work that you do, it cuts through, it helps people cut through and get right to it because, you know, even though these are tools that I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take them with a grain of salt, like, whoa, they are definitely hitting some nails on the head for sure. Like, I believe that they're real, calculated through, and then there's flaws. It's not perfect because
Uh,
it's just humans that have channeled information, and in that midst of transformation, translation gets a little,
so
lost.
it's about like
So
how can I take this and like use whatever I'm getting for the highest good. Like for me, guess what my line was? Promiscuity, boundary, wildness and boundaries. And then I'm like, I'm meant for one-on-one, but yet remain wild. Wow. I can be wild within the boundaries.
hmm,
My whole life, I dated relationships that were trying to confine me. I wanted to have sexual experiences, and they said no. So I couldn't stay in these relationships. I couldn't stay in my old marriage because I wanted to have this experience and I no longer want to have it, but I had the experiences that I needed at that time. And I had to walk away from these relationships to be me. And now
hmm.
I am committed in a one-to-one and I love it. And I'm wilder than ever because I realized that being wild is an inner journey. I realized that I can be wild and I don't have to have the sexual experiences, that I can still be wild and I can still talk wildly and I don't need to be touched. I don't want to be touched by other people.
Right.
But at that point I wanted to, and that's great. I've overcome that. That's great. That's what I needed at that time. And nobody was there to say no to me. I'm going to walk away from anybody who tries to cut off my freedom. Because I'm here, like at the very center, I'm freedom. My center is freedom. Because I have freedom.
Hmm.
It's who I am.
Hmm.
But the Gene Keys has
It
explained the wildness and the boundaries. So I was like, oh shit. Thank you.
right, right, right.
So for you, by the way, your genius is what was it in partnership or a small unit? Is how
The genius is the evolution.
hold on, let me go. It's how you best work culture. Culture.
Your culture is your genius.
Yes. Oh no no no
Okay.
no 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 no. Culture is how you best work with how you're best to broadcast your gift out. So
Oh,
what does yours say? Where's the
my
mean?
culture.
Yes,
It
the line.
unit is the
The line
line.
unit. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's experiment with that. Did you understand what a unit meant? 3 unit. Uh-huh.
Uh, do I look in the sequence for that information? Like in the
You
little
can write,
boxes,
you
right?
can do Command F and write culture line, right?
In the search bar at the top.
Yeah, or just write culture and then it'll take you to the if you just do culture, then you can go find your culture and then the line is right underneath it, I think.
Weird. Why is it? Come on.
I'll tell you what. Hold on. You know, it would be so cool if I have somebody that goes through this and they'll help me like make this easier for people. Like maybe I'll have some app geek or something that will help me create a better system of looking things up inside of this.
Well, and I mean, I love what you did, right? And I see you, and I see that you put all of the information that we may need. The tricky part is like for somebody like me, where it changed, then you have to go through and change all of that information. So it's just like, oh boy, like all that work you did is like now we have to delete it and do other
But
things.
the blueprint's there. So all the lines are always like you just pick whichever line is yours. So that's the easy part. Do you know how many hundreds of hours of work that took me just to do the blueprint? What we're doing now is the easy part, just plugging in the spheres.
Right. I mean, it's a lot. It's deep, And did you get this information, all these copy and paste? I asked you like from the Gene Keys website
So
through.
no, I took a bunch of courses and I compile it all together, but it's not just Gene Keys. It's also human design and in the beginning, like 15 courses about how to create offers and all that in books that I've put together.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a lot, but it's in due time. So your third line wants to be in a unit. A unit is three in a three. So ultimately, if you think about it, a unit is like a small business. This is how you thrive.
Hmm.
You want to know what mine is?
Hmm.
I'm a system. This
Hmm.
is why, like now, like, oh, like, can you use this system in your unit? I'm just like a
Hmm.
computer. Like, if you are recruiting into your unit, can you use all of this system to match up with the correct people?
Right. Right, right, right.
And the thing is, now that you know that you're a unit, imagine what it would be like. So imagine, let's say that I'm one of your pillars and you need three and another person, and then experiment with us. See, this gives you the information of, okay, like I'm gonna experiment with Dasha and this other person. Let's see what it feels like to work together in a unit.
Right. And it's just okay. I think I'm making it more complicated than it needs to be. I'm just like, well, then what do we do? Like, what do we come together and do? And
So right now, your embodiment. This was my big vision for you, by the way. This was my big aha. Is that you're more in the body than anyone I've ever met. And for us, let's say in our platform, in our mastermind, that's the last step. Like when people are after people have decided like what they want to do, now they have to embody it, take action, bring it into the body.
mm-hmm.
So think
Mm-hmm.
like right now, like let's say people are coming up with these high ticket offers, like and they have this hard time believing in themselves. So it's like, how do we bring this information and like embody into the body? Like, are we gonna are we gonna dance it out? Are we gonna embody it with the word? Like, are we gonna embody it so it's like sinks into every cell? Like, are we gonna embody it in a sexy way? Are we gonna embody it with the words? Like, how can we really embody so we can believe? That's
Mm-hmm.
what the download I had for you yesterday. This is why we haven't been
Oh.
probably why we haven't been able to get on a call. Because it's like you have so much power in the like that I'm even like so like inspired by.
And I'm pushing it away. I'm just like, that's not
Because
it.
because it's the story you're associating it with is the club. But in reality, like the body is the most magical tool.
I'm a massage therapist. Like, I love touch. I know that I can like heal people, if you will. Like, dare I say that? But I always pray to Jesus first. I say, use me as a vessel for your power to come through. It's always you, Jesus. Like, I give my power, my words, everything that comes through me is from Jesus. So I'm just doing my best to be like, what do you have for me? And because of that, like I've always made my own choices. I'm like, oh, I want to go make a bunch of money. I'm going to go to the strip club. I know how to be hot. I know how to dress up. I know how to walk the walk, talk the talk, do the dance, do the thing, hustle the money. Now it's like, how do I take all of that doing and like what I knew and like not letting anybody get in my way? I was just like, that was one thing I was just like, new. Everything outside of the club, I'm like, what do I do? How do I stay true to you and stay holy and stay pure and also like honor the fact that like we are sexual beings, we are animals, we're primal, we're there's also a whole dark side of like survival and death and things like that, and this beauty of life. And, so it's like, I don't know, it's simply just,
So now we're putting together the body work. So this is what a high ticket is, right? We're putting it together, the body work together with this confidence that you had to go out and dance and show up, and the scriptures.
the word.
So this is what do you think these different parts are of embodiment? You got the physicality, you got the word, you got the breath. So now let's put together your massage work together with that confidence to show up.
And it's crazy, I worked with my
The word.
friend doing I did the one session with my friend. She booked another session. We're working together on Thursday, and her responses, her feedback was so like incredible. And like, she's like, no, truly, you come from this place of like, not egoic. It's not like, oh, I have all of this to give you, like, wait until you work with me because you're just going to be this like changed person. Like, no, you truly just wanted to like have fun. And like, there was certain things that you showed me. I'm like, how can we like take this, like just like a rub on her arm, like how can we just make that even more sensual, and she was like, I really loved that, just that little, those questions that you asked, like how can we just make our movement just a little bit more
So
feminine?
imagine that imagine that this is the whole world. This is the ocean. These are the sands. These are the trees. Like, this is all it is. This is why you in the body is helping people understand all it is. Do you understand like how deep that is? So now you just asking more and more is you leveling up vibrationally with a higher frequency. That's all money is. Before you know it, you can have somebody pay you $2,500 for session plus integration. Oh, the cat in the back. Is it a cat?
That's Bubba. That's a little dog.
Oh, it's a dog.
Look at how tiny he is.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
And
I
the thing
do.
is, when she leaves you a testimony, nobody knows how much she paid. You can ask for whatever you want. It's you
And
with
that's
you.
like, and that's the thing, is like, I just feel like this is not that it's um not worth money. It's just that I feel right now like I don't even feel right charging. Like Jamie was like, I will pay you for sessions, please help me. And I'm like, I don't want to charge anybody. Like,
Yeah,
I
but you
don't.
have to, but remember, you have to pay us back. Right now, this isn't about you.
Right.
You're getting in the way. You got bills to
Right.
pay.
Right.
You don't want to pay your bills? Okay, collections is coming.
No.
Pay your bills. Don't get in the way.
I know. I know. And I mean, sure enough, like I charged her 50 and she gave me 65, so it's like also people
So now
feel the value of it.
keep going up because this is you with you.
And the thing is like with massage, I had no problem charging money because I'm sitting there putting in the work. So like, why do I feel if I'm not like slaving away at something, dancing, selling my body, massaging till my elbows hurt,
Okay,
that I can't?
write that question down. That's you. Why do I feel like I am only worth the exchange if I work my ass off and slave away? Why do I think that money's supposed to be hard to get? Who put that idea in my head that
Right.
money is hard? Who put the idea that money doesn't grow on trees? Can I put the idea that it does? Can I put the idea that if somebody comes to me and they ask, hey, do you need money? Then I can say, yes, I do. I'll take it. Thank you. Because I got to make that container open. If people just want to give it to me, I'll take it. If it wants to drop on my head because somebody's like, oh my God, I appreciate your service. How can I donate? How can I? Yes, I'll take it. Yes, I'll take it. Yes, of course. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's part of my $1 million goddess. I had a lady a few months ago ask, "Do you need some money?" Why did I say no? I'm great. Yes, I'll take it. Because if the universe wants to give in whatever way it wants to give, I'm here to capture it because I know I did good. Why wouldn't I want to take it? Because then I see somebody homeless or somebody asks me, I can pass that energy along. If I don't have it, I can't pass it along. Why am I saying, no, I'm good? Why am I stopping the universal flow?
Right.
God wants us to be abundant. What does it mean to be abundant for me? Oh, I want a flow of this amount. This is what's going to make me feel okay, so I can afford more things. Okay, I'm going to let that flow. So for you, the big thing is right now, why do I think it's hard? And in your 90 seconds when you are telling your story to me, I want you to include that in there.
Okay.
You got 90 seconds to tell me your
It's
story. Grab me.
I think, that it comes from generational wounding, like ancestral, generational,
And
like my mom.
how many people in the world live with this? How many people in the world slave themselves away to feel worthy of some pennies?
Or sell their soul, truly, for a lot of money, even.
Do you know that it was easier for me to work with people who've paid me bigger amount of money, as well as when I was selling houses? The more expensive they are, the easier it was for me to work with those people. I had a hard time with people who I've tried to help but didn't pay me up a lot of money up front. Why is that? It's easier to sell more, higher, because people see the value in it much more. Because people sense that you believe in yourself. That's it.
Trust.
Because you don't care if they buy or not buy. Because you know that what you got is gold, and for the right person, it's gonna be the cream de la crop. Imagine right now that you leveled up. Let's say you understand your story because you're gonna keep asking yourself, why is it supposed to be hard? And for the right person, your transformation, for the right woman, for the right mom who's so shy, and all of a sudden you're taking her out of her bubble, it's like going from drunk for 50 years to sobriety. Imagine somebody who's never stepped outside of her and like so uncomfortable. And now you're taking her out. Let's say she's a church woman because you've connected your scripture with the body. She's a church woman. And you said, here, this offer, I'm going to help you connect your sensuality with your scripture. And she's been like all like dressing up her whole life, and she just wants somebody to help her step outside of her shell. And you're like, here I am at your church, taking you outside of your bubble. Imagine somebody who's never been able to do that for herself. I'm just giving you a hypothetical. So if you don't have an offer for her, and if it costs pennies, she's not going to value it. She's not going to take it. It's not on the shelf.
Right.
And guess what? You sell one, guess who she's going to bring? All her little friends that are in uh uh oh, wow. All it takes is one. When you learn to believe, all it takes is this one person, and she brings everybody and their mom.
Right.
So it's just
I mean,
you with you, right?
it is. And it's like when it's something that's so abstract still, for me, this work is still, it's abstract. It's not like massages sell themselves. Oh, I'm a massage therapist. It's so easy for me to be like, okay, this is what I do. This is how I do it. I went to school, I learned this, and this. It's like with so many tools and so many things, everything is abstract. It's like, okay, I'm a dance teacher. I teach you how to do dances. Like that I can wrap my head around. But like the whole this whole like Okay, I'm going to teach you how to embody the word. Like it's still just
So right now you're thinking of it as you, but this person has some kind of a vision. So this person, like let's say, sees you do your thing, they have some kind of a vision already. You're just a vehicle for them to break through to have that vision. So let's say I have a 10,000 a month consistent flow vision. Okay, I already have a goal. And you're just here to help me realize my goal. You're the bridge. You put the book, here I am. You have a goal? Great. I'll help you put it in the body. Great. I'll help you believe in yourself so you can have it, so you can allow for it to come through your body, through the word. People already have a vision. You already have some vision. I am here helping you bridge the gap, giving you all these different tools. Whichever one resonates with you would help you. So now, how can you put together all these things that you've done before? Write down massage. Write them down.
and
Massage.
that's what I did with Fasana. I have that already written down. It's
Great.
already there.
So now all we do is come up with words, or a word, or 1, 2, 3 words to say, here's my offer. And then you just keep dancing around it, keep showcasing. Reach your goals through physical touch, movement, and scriptures. Or you can make it rhyme. It'll sound even better.
Okay.
So then you experiment. Then you say, okay, Dasha, all right, how the tables have turned. Now I know you've got a goal, and I'm gonna help you with my tools.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Can I ask another question about, I think I gave you most of the questions. There was only one thing that I didn't get the lines video. Oh yeah, it's interesting how I finished that lines video that you created, and by the end of it, it was
Did you
interesting
watch?
how
Did you watch all of the HD and Jinkies?
no, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Because I was going through
So the
the
Jinkies, I basically just read I read the whole thing, that whole document. So it's like if you're like driving around or if you're walking around, you can just listen if you want to just listen.
right. Yeah, I still got a bit to go on those, which is really cool. I am on the third Gene Keys video. But I watched the lines video, and it was interesting how important like the lines were, made it easier to read the chart and quicker, you know?
The channels, you mean?
The lines
Oh wait,
overview.
are you talking about the gene key pathways? Pathways?
I think it's like the lines, like
Yeah,
the
it's called pathways. So that's the oh yeah, lines are yeah, so it's lines and it's like what connects the lines is the pathways. Hold on, let me let the dog out real quick.
It was the third video actually. It was reading Gene Key's Core Wounding in Lines.
Yeah. Yeah. Lines come, yeah, before pathways. Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. But the lines
Was
are yeah, like the expression. So the thing is, like, you know how you have the 4 and the 6? Do you see how the 4 and the 6 are right there in the gene keys explained better, more deeper? Because life's work has the 0.4 and the radiance is the 0.4. And then, I mean, the evolution has the 0.4 and then the radiance is the 0.6 and the purpose is 0.6.
See, to get quick like that, that's like I'm like, wait, what? The what? Why? You
But
know? But yes.
it's in the videos, but it's okay. It's okay if it takes time. It took me hundreds of hours. So that's the thing. Like the way that you see yourself, is the opportunist 0.4, and these are the different lines, and they explain to you that the opportunist is also like all about community, other people, and then the 0.6, the way other people see you, is that leader. This is why you carry through your voice so much power and influence.
It's crazy.
I know. So now let's find a way to create that offer and then put a unit and experiment. Play this game. Be like, Dasha, like whoever you feel resonance with, right? I want you to be part of my core team right now as I figure out exactly how this is going to play out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I I definitely feel like we're getting close.
And the thing is, like your voice carries like so much power. Like I wouldn't mind if you took a freaking whip and you were like, I'm gonna knock out the rest of the fear you have inside of your body, Dasha. So you're talking to me, but through me. I'm serious.
With the most loving
Yeah.
way possible, you know.
Yes.
The other question that I didn't put in there, you have the same thing as me. It's in the bottom part, the love. So it's like involving the Venus sequence.
Yeah,
So
which
like
one? Which
down
one?
at the bottom,
Attraction?
genius, love, and prosperity, those three.
Yes. Wait,
Your love is,
which sphere are you at?
so I'm not necessarily in the sphere. It's after the like it's the three little bottom ones that say genius, love, and prosperity. So I'm
Oh
guessing
yes, yes,
like
yes, 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 yes.
the Venus or the activation sequence involves your genius. Is that how to like reach your genius
Yeah.
by
The genius is your evolution, right? So the genius, this is, do you look at the word um so you got precision right there. Is that what you have? Hold on. Why am I not seeing it? I need to make it bigger.
the deepest purpose in life to manifest the gift of precision, which that resonates for sure. I'm very
Resonates?
like, yeah, I'm just like everything must be like precise, like the
Mhm.
truth, like everything must be very, very like precise. And then down there at my purpose, it's precision, or I'm sorry,
So wait, keep
intellect
going in the genius. Keep going in the genius because that's important.
is the well, down at the in the purpose it says
No,
intellect
keep
precision.
keep reading the genius.
So my deepest purpose in life is to manifest the gift of precision. To realize my purpose, I need to transform the shadow of intellect.
So how does that relate even to the types of questions that you asked me? We're very like intellectualized. We're very like, hey, give me the structure. And here it says
Right.
you got to realize your purpose. You got to transform that because that intellect, that structure is what's getting in the way of your true purpose.
Right. Totally.
That's your genius. So now Dasha comes along and she says, give me something that's completely unstructured. Experiment on me in a way from your dream. Like as your dream comes and you have this vision that comes about this crazy experience, experiment with through Dasha with this one thing. That's completely unstructured and maybe chaotic and maybe, yeah.
But it's the gift of precision, which is precise. So it's
Right.
having all of those like I think the shadow of intellect is like maybe asking all of those questions to get then I have like the gift of precision, which is like, okay, I've sifted through all the things and now it's like precise. Yeah.
Right, precise but not intellectual. So the world wants you to be precise. Like, yes, you gotta get to your destination. This is precise. Yet, I'm not gonna give you the exact ABCs.
It's interesting.
Right.
Definitely a contemplation. Like, it's something that I'm contemplating. Like,
How can you be precise yet not intellectual?
uh,
It's interesting. It's very interesting.
it is. It is because it's like precision, I feel like involves all understanding of all parts, like it's precise. I was gonna say concise, but like precise. It's like, it's definitely something that's gonna take time to contemplate. But we have the same love. In
Love.
relationships, my greatest challenge is to transform the shadow of dissatisfaction
Mhm.
into the gift of vitality. The highest expression of my heart is invisibility. That I don't understand that. The highest expression of my heart is invisibility.
Mhm. So
So I want
look up invisibility. Did you copy paste that the gene key of
that's the spiritual, that's the SQ, or I don't understand. Yeah,
yeah. That's the SQ, right?
invisibility. So what? This like, I think I'm taking these words as like, instead of the frequency of them, which is what he says that we're like contemplating, the frequency of the word I'm taking as like the actual word, like invisibility. Like, what is my heart just supposed to be like wide open in here, but it's like invisible? So, like I'm trying to create a story around this rather than just the frequency of invisibility. Like,
So what
is
is
it just like,
let's take it a step further. So why do people get dissatisfied in relationships?
their needs not being met?
Right. They have expectations.
Mm,
They have the way that they think that things are supposed to go or what their partners are supposed to do. And all these things lead to dissatisfaction.
mhm.
So now that's the shadow. So what is vitality? What does it mean to have vitality? What does it mean to be a vital human being?
Vital. Everything working, everything.
If I could describe it is how can I be more vital? How can I bring more essence into myself? How can I have more excitement? How can I be more like a tree, like vibrating with love all the time? How can I nourish my body in a better way? How can I find more ways to feel vitality running through me, independent of anything that's happening around me? There could be bombings going around right now. There could all kinds of stuff is going on in the world. How can I find my own vitality, my own stillness in the midst of the chaos?
Right.
Like no matter
Got
what's
it.
happening in this person's world that's next to me, maybe in a relationship, maybe my parent, whatever, how can I still remain my own self, my own vital self? What can I do to keep myself vital?
Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So then the step further, expression of my heart is true invisibility. If you think about it, it's like oneness. If I am not separate, then I'm everything, but I'm also nothing. Then I don't always have to speak. Then I can sometimes be like totally invisible, like the awareness and the presence in the room, let the other people come up to their own conclusion. Because love is invisible. Love is not something that you could say and quantify. Love is not something that you can put a true definition that would be the same for everybody on. So what's the highest form expression in this life is invisibility. How can I be the wind? How can I allow for whatever happens to pass through me and still shine like the sun? Oh. How can I not get attached to anything, whether it's good or bad, and just carry on in my journey of life? Sometimes people walk away from relationships that are actually a good source of transformation. Sometimes it's good to walk away if we really feel that the person is like really keeps bringing us down, and there we don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like for me, that's what it was. Like I did not feel like, I don't know how much longer, how long it will take him to stop like bringing me down. So I had to walk away. But sometimes people walk away just from disagreements and stuff.
Right. 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 Definitely faced that a lot with this new relationship. I can't even say it's new. It's been a year almost. Wanted to walk away so many times from him. And everything. He's like just he's what I need in my I've tried to move out so many times, find my own place so many times. Nothing open, nothing follows through. Like nothing comes to fruition. It's like
Sometimes we're exactly where we're supposed to be. Let me get the dog one.
but invisibility.
Okay, so homework.
Okay.
And actually, we're both gonna do this because I'm also working on this today. 90-second video. Ooh. You can have one short and one long one if you feel like it. But a 90-second. Here's my story. Come with me.
Okay.
And I want you to put together now and give a name to this physical touch you know so well. Movement and scripture. I want you to just give it a name. If somebody wanted to come play, and how long you would want to take somebody on a journey to play with you. How long could it take somebody to experience a level of transformation?
Here's what I'm thinking just right away. I feel that physical touch is really powerful. And because I do know that my massages are extremely helpful, and I do feel like I can't just let that go either, like even though it hurts my wrists and I don't want to make that my full-time thing, but if I was to create a package deal of somebody working together with me for, a period of time, a container, I feel like having a massage included in there. So like, okay, we meet
But
and I give you
remember, you can call it a massage, or you can call it the complete embodiment of what you've been desiring through physical touch. Here you have $100 offer, 150 or 60, whatever it is, and here you have the last step, which is $1,500 when it's in the whole package.
right.
You
And
can
that includes like a massage.
Yeah,
Let's
but
say
you call it something different because now it's so much bigger than that, because they've gone through this journey, they've already started, and now they're releasing, letting go of the last that they're holding on through the physical touch. That's the difference between somebody going to get a massage and somebody going through a transformation.
Right. Well, it's like how I started the session with my friend was just I started holding her feet and I started like I had her lay down and I was like, I just want you to the intention here is to get into your body. So I'm gonna help you by doing so. So I'm gonna who doesn't love a foot massage, right? So I held her feet, intended to bring all the energy down to ground her into her body. And then I started massaging her feet and then just her calves and then like held her knees and just so that she could feel just like a little taste of what it feels like to be touched. And then I then got up and was like, okay, now this is how I finish, or this is how I start my before I dance. I like to get my lymphatic system moving. I like to get my blood flowing. I like to get into my body. So then I showed her like how to massage the rest of her legs up, massage her hips, massage her belly, massage her womb. And then we were just like massaging our own bodies together, and not in like a sexual way. It was just like, just a loving way. And so
So
I then
now
like helped her
we gotta
massage
get
herself.
just create a package with all this. And I want you to know that as a result of your embodiment, this is how you have such amazing skin. And this because of the self-love, through the physical self-love that you have towards yourself. So that's another huge thing. It's a result,
Vitality.
right? But
Vitality.
now you put that together, all of that together into one beautiful few words, which is what we call an offer. That's just a few words that broadcast. That's it.
So hard for me.
Because you think that it's something big, when in reality you're just coming up with words. Like, why did I come up with naked truth challenge? Because my Mercury said that it was going to be some kind of shocking words that are going to attract people to me. Why did I come up with 10K naked truth to allow for 10K months to flow? Because it's just something shocking, something big. Is there so much more here than just that? Yes.
Right. Hmm. I
You
mean, I
just
really
come up
like
with something.
sacred.
It doesn't, the thing is, you just come up with something that's going to attract attention to have that next conversation, to come into an experience with you. That's it.
I really like sacred self-care.
Yes, but what does that mean? What's my end result? So the high ticket is my end result. I'm walking away with something. Like people say, lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks. That means I'm going, whatever I do with you, I'm going to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks, potentially. Because people come and buy results. Like, am I buying self-care from you? What does that mean? Learn to love yourself through physical body in 2 weeks. Okay, that I can comprehend. Or learn to
Got
love
it.
yourself through scripture and your own physical touch in X time. That I can comprehend. Okay, that's what I'm gonna get. So put together that physical touch, the movement, scriptures, the things you like. Put a time frame on it, and say, "Come with me," and then sell me through your story that little package that you have. And this is also
Okay.
what the manifesting financial abundance, it starts to take you on this more talking about this offer,
Okay.
being ready for that.
Okay. That helps to get the gears going a little bit about it,
Yeah,
you know?
it's not an elephant, it's just an experiment that lights people up. Okay, I'm coming. Like, the fact is, even your picture with your high heels, it lights, it lit up Fasana fire. You lit up the fire. Now you put a few words on it. This is how you attract somebody to come and have a call with you, come and have an experience with you. That's it.
Okay.
So you have the it factor. You already have that, like, ignite. Whoa, what's that? I want to see. But now you gotta give me something to wanna give me something.
Anchor it in, yeah. I just feel like that as much as like I want to, you know, like I just don't know if like the heels thing is Is just my ego or something like.
So the thing is, it's what you try. It's like, it's not about us. Like I kept using different words until I came up with naked truth, and now that lit people up. Okay, I'm here to help you with your naked truth. Understand your naked truth. But I tried thousands of different words before that. Manifest your dream life and business. I tried all these things, and for some reason, naked truth bit was the hook that they needed. You just keep working on a hook until the right one bites.
Okay.
What is your
Okay.
Mercury? What are the words from your Mercury?
I'm not sure where the Mercury is. That's the
Human design. When you're going through the human design course, that's the first portion. It tells you exactly what the Mercury looks like. It's the one with the two horns. So you see the two horns. 25.2 is your Mercury. So look up conscious Mercury 25 on Google, and it'll tell you kind of words you should use in your marketing. So look up conscious Mercury 25 human design. 25 human design. The loving soul, the spirit of the self, innocence.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I'll click on it and it'll give you some words to use. Keywords: unconditional love, acceptance, and open-hearted living. The spirit of self, the perfection of action through spontaneous nature. Okay, so you've got unconditional love, you have acceptance, you have open heart living, you have loving soul. Use any of those words together with what you want to do, and bam.
I really love this innocence.
Okay, then say return to your innocence through ABC. Bam.
Yeah, I love that.
That's it. Here's your offer.
Innocence, yeah.
So use experience innocent, return to innocence, become your child self through, and write like the kind of things that you want to like through movement, physical touch, scriptures. That's it. You're done. Your offer. Now just figure out like how many sessions do I want to do with this person. That's it. It's that easy. Now you've got your Mercury. You've got what you want to do, lights you up. Now put that on top of any picture that lights you up of you. Let people come.
Okay.
Good.
Where would I put this offer out at?
So
I don't
remember how you sent us the picture with your heels? You like the picture. Do you like the picture?
with my heels?
You
The
sent us
video?
you dancing as yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what it is. You just take a picture like that, or any picture that lights you up of you, and then write down these words: return to your innocence through 1, 2, 3 in 5 sessions or 5 weeks or in 30 days. That's it.
Okay.
Or innocence boot camp or whatever. Like just come up with words that light you up and connect those things that you've already done to physical touch. That's it.
The essence of innocence.
And now come up with a little small print so they can kind of know a little bit of what to expect, and that's it.
Okay.
So what's the container word? You got to contain the essence of innocent. Is it an intensive, a boot camp, a program, a mastermind, a shortcut? These are words that are inside of in the beginning of this document. You see where I talk about $100 million offers from the book? The guy talks about using a container word. So the essence of innocence is beautiful. So you're using your Mercury now. So now, is it a program, an intensive, a mastermind, a boot camp, What is it? You gotta close that.
Funny. The essence of innocence. Intensive.
No, I love it. I love it.
That would be so funny. That's funny.
Remember, the wilder it is, the better, because the key is being original.
That's funny.
You're returning people to their inner child, but in your own intensive way. Great. Great. Great.
That's hilarious, actually. Wow.
That's sexy AF. Okay, so when's the dream work due by?
When is the dream work